All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's April the 21st, Saturday, the year 2018. I wanted to bring to your attention, if you want to help support PF Free Lazor, there was a American Free Press article written about this man. He's on issue 14. So if you go to American Free Press and look up issue number 14 on page 30, they have an article about this political prisoner. He's currently in Salinas Valley State Prison. And he has an advocate, he has several advocates actually, on the outside. He's been in prison 35 years. And at least that's what I recall. It's been a long time. I hope I'm right on that. But he's got an advocate named Ken Massat, and Ken Massat has recently sent out a request for people to send an email. So you don't even have to mail a letter. All you got to do is send an email to Free Lazor or PF Free Lazor's lawyer. And they want to use that for, I guess, his next parole hearing. And they think that if they get a lot of letters, that it could make a difference. So I've certainly sent my letter. I wanted to share with you guys. This is PF Free Lazor's Facebook page, if you ever want to check it out. He's a prolific songwriter. They call him the Young Buddy Holly. And you can see pictures of him. He's also got a website called free-lazor.org. And he's been in prison 35 years. There it is. So I did remember correctly. And what it was is there was a man that broke into his home with a meat cleaver and tried to kill him, and PF Free Lazor shot him in self-defense. And they put him in prison, and he's been there 35 years, and they are denying his parole. But here's what I wanted to bring to your attention. If you feel so led to help him, that's your decision. That's between you and God. I do feel led to help him, and I'm going to share with you the letter that I wrote. But they're simply asking that people send emails to his lawyer. And here's what Ken Massat said. Greetings to Lazor supporters. Just received the following letter from Lazor to be forwarded to all after a recent update. This involves the need for a letter to his attorney in support of the argument to the judge related to the pending motion for habeas corpus release. Some of you have already written, and we appreciate that. This is a reminder and a guide to those who could still respond. And then this appears to be from PF Lazor himself. He says, this is the most important letter I've ever written you concerning my freedom, far more than any past letter regarding parole hearings. Our state Supreme Court has just issued a watershed case days ago, which contains a decisive precedent that the judge who is sitting on my 2-year-old motion for release could use in ordering my immediate release. This all hinges on whether my imprisonment meets the quoted standard of being such that it shocks the conscience. Most judges get buried in legalese and lose sight of the objective reality concerning what 35 years means to normal people. So I need as many of my supporters as possible to express their shock in their own words in a brief letter to my attorney to be used as evidence in court. He goes on to say, this may finally be my last chance to be released. Please send your email, fax, or letter soon, as my case could be decided within a couple of weeks. Send to whichever is most convenient. Eric Weaver, attorney at law, email weaver115208@gmail.com, fax number 510-527-1450, mail P.O. Box 6294, Albany, California 94706. Please copy Ken Massat. Email Ken, KenMassat1, KenMassat1@gmail.com, and he will forward a copy to Lazor for his records. I can tell you I have interviewed Ken Massat, and we have recorded that call and put it up on YouTube. You can find it by searching my YouTube channel. I have also recorded Free Lazor calling from prison, and I can tell you that the Spirit tells me that they both are Christian men. They told me they were Christian. I believe them. And I believe their heart is with God. I believe they are brothers in the Lord. And I'm asking you to consider sending a letter. An email is, very fast, and there's nothing wrong with sending an email, and that's what I did. He goes on to give some guidelines. He says, in your own words, you can make comments such as Lazor's imprisonment has been unbelievable, bewildering, shocking to one's conscience, etc. He came from a flawless background and an asset to society. All those years for an apparently self-defense shooting that California later legalized in defense of one's home has served more time for second-degree murder than many have for first-degree. Not a threat to society, self-defense shooting, only incident of violence, after which he called police and ambulance. Many offers to accept him back into civilian life. Long list of dedicated followers who are respected on the outside speak for itself. No cover letter required, just address it to Mr. Weaver. You could write to Appeal for Free Lazor, number 73842 across the top. And then I wanted to share with you what I wrote. It didn't take long. It just took me a few seconds. So you can affect someone's freedom by simply writing an email. How easy can it get? I wrote, this email is being sent in support of freedom for PF Free Lazor. I have been educating myself about his case and have communicated with him via U.S. mail. Since I've wrote my email, I've also talked to him on the phone, and I put that on YouTube. It is shocking to my conscience that Mr. Lazor has spent 35 years in imprisonment for a case of self-defense. Given Mr. Lazor was a model citizen before this incident, I find this sentence incredibly harsh, cruel, and unusual. Please use your influence and position of authority to bring about freedom for Mr. Lazor. The list of books that are just a small sampling showing that we have major problems with our prison system. Please give us some good news and hope in the system and set Mr. Lazor free. Then I go on to list license to lie, not guilty, the unlawful prosecution of United States Senator Ted Stevens, the kennel, the terror factory, rise of the warrior cop, blind injustice, and the conviction factory. Thank you, Rudy Davis, and then I put my name. So if you wanted to help bring about freedom for Free Lazor, I recommend that you simply send an email to the email address given, and it's Weaver, W-E-A-V-E-R, 115208 at gmail.com. Please don't forget to copy Ken Masat, Kenmasat1 at gmail.com, so he knows you sent it. And we would be very grateful for you speaking up and using your voice to bring about freedom for a brother in the Lord. Thank you for your time.